Morning and welcome to Gardening 365 67. Now I'm off to watch the football today. Before I go, I'm just going to water the greenhouse. Hopefully it's going to be a fairly warm day, so I want the plants as hydrated as possible. So at the moment in the greenhouse, and I'm watering. This is some soil that we made up for the tomatillo. I think it's mostly peat of some sort. Okay, now it's still got a lot of good values, but nutrient wise now it's a little bit short. So what I'm going to do is break it up and then I'll show you how I'll reinvigorate it. So what I'm just going to do, just break it up a little bit into my sieve. The roots, they've got a purpose as well. So I'll just put them a little bit to one side. And again, this is part of the don't throw stuff away, everything's got a use, nothing goes to waste sort of policies. When you've got a certain amount in there, all I'm going to do is just get the sieve and try and get as much as I can through. Use my hand. Now there'll be quite a bit that doesn't go through, don't worry about that. And the bits that won't go through, they just go back into the compost. Now this is the next thing that I'm going to use, and this is my homemade compost. Now homemade compost is just a mixture of browns and greens. It's been allowed a few months just to break down. Nothing in here has cost me anything at all. It comes absolutely free. And just look at the quality of this now. And that's not been prepared in any way, shape or form. Totally free of charge, and that is perfectly packed with great nutrients to help everything in your garden grow free of charge. And there really is no need to sieve my homemade compost. So I'm going to just show you something as a small experiment. I'm going to put this through the sieve and see how much fails to go through. And that shows you really how well it's done. There's an eggshell there, that's not going to break down. Chuck that back in. A couple of tea bags, and these are the tea bags that have got plastic on. So I've put those in quite a long time ago. Got some little bits of sticks, nothing much. And I've just seen a piece of, not sure if that's silver paper or something. So I'll take that out, and that'll just go back into next year's compost. And people say to me, how do I grow this whopper vegetables? And the reason why is this stuff here. It's free of charge, and you've all got access to make this at your own gardens. That's my absolute recommendation to succeed in gardening. Make your own compost. And when you see on the gardening programs that they got this fantastic compost, and you think, how the hell do they get their compost as good as that? This is my version, and my version costs nothing. Winner, winner. And what am I going to be using that great compost for? Covering up our Christmas potatoes. And if you've got too much, store it so you can use it again. But that is absolutely superb stuff. Just about to plant these, I've got Calabrese. Now if you look at this, it says it's far too late to grow these, but I'm going to cheat by growing them inside. Lettuce grow pretty well all the year round, and another one which is pak choi, and these grow well all the year round. The difference between DT Brown, which are bigger packets of seeds with lots of seeds, there's 1250 in here and 60 in here. For the bargain seeds, there's very few seeds in these, okay, hence why they're so much cheaper. I'm going to finish with a light watering. And these three seed trays, between them, have cost less than the price of half one broccoli. Half of a broccoli, I should say. Bargain. Harvesting the compost potatoes. Very clean looking. What's that in our garden? Just put this in. This is golden thyme, and this here is lemon thyme. Both of these was given to me by one of our Garden 365 members, Claire. So thank you very much for that, Claire. And with these, I'm going to be using them to make jerk chicken. Whoa! With some of my Scotch bonnets. Whoa! And that's what I'm going to do now, is pick some chilies. And last week on Garden 365 66. You saw me planting Japanese hohi, and it's already come up in a week. I told you it's fast growing. Broccoli I planted last week, that's settled in really well. And I've just noticed the turnips are starting to bulb as well, so it shouldn't be too long, maybe a month, and we'll be eating our first turnips. And storage wise, these are shallots. Remember, I've pickled lots of these already. And these are our onion sets, drying in the shed. These are the exhibition onions that are drying. And this is my very first indoor calabrese of the year. Christmas dinner, maybe? We don't know. Watch this space. The garlic. 2 of these, by the way. Might even be 3. I'll see what Claire's taken into the house. And that's not a bad harvest. Very impressed. Gardening 365. It's all worth it when you get a return like this. These are the dahlias that Claire used for some cut flowers in the house. Unfortunately, they're looking a bit sad now. And like I was saying, nothing goes to waste. And what are these going to be used for? These are going to be used for next week's worm feed in the wormery, along with some browns, which will be some cardboard and paper. And now into the compost goes the shredded paper and cardboard. And then from there, that's got to have a good mix. And then I'll leave it till next week. And that's it mixed, and it's ready for next week now. And basically, that's how you make compost, green and browns. It's as simple as that. So that's it. The end of another Gardening 365. Thank you ever so much for watching. Spud. Keep inviting your friends to Facebook. Please subscribe to YouTube. But most of all, thank you ever so much for watching. And what you watched this far, okay, is fairly simple-ish gardening. Because what comes now is a difficult bit, because I'm going to show you how now we really do garden all the year round. So I'm going to start my winter growing. You've seen the start there with me putting my broccoli in. I'll be planting virtually every month of this year and the next year as well. Okay, so please subscribe. You can watch all of that, me doing that. Please join in. If you've got greenhouses, perfect. You don't need any heat, and you can grow fresh veg for the table every month of the year. Perfect. See you next time. Bye. Dead, Spud. Dead. Good boy. Sit. Sit, Spud. Good boy. Stay.